تليفون 0911-986-986 أو يتبي رسل رسالة على نمرة 0913-986-986.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Yes, a very good morning to you and welcome to another edition of the Dawn program on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. It's Wednesday, the 7th of May 2025. My name is Emmanuel Joseph Akile and I'll be right here in the studio with you on the show from now up to 8 a.m. Well, thank you for starting your day with the Dawn program. It is on iRadio every weekday from 6 to 8. To comment on any story that will be featuring on today's edition of the Dawn, do not hesitate. You can later on be part of the conversation by dialing 0911 or 22 986 986. Send us a text message on 13986 986. You can also stream these broadcasts live by logging on to our website iRadio.org. Follow us on Facebook and X at iRadio Juba, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel iRadio South Sudan. صباح الخير مستمع راديو، اهلا ومرحبا بك في حلقه جديد من برنامج الدون الليله يوم الاربعاء الموافق 7/5/2025. البرنامج بيجيك في يوم الاسبوع من الساعه 6 ل 8. شارك معنا بعدين بالاتصال لارقامنا ورسل لنا رساله نصيه. تابعونا على الانترنت على الموقع iRadio.org، على الفيسبوك واكس على iRadio جوبا، وما تنسى تتابعنا على يوتيوب شانل iRadio South Sudan. نمشي لفاصل ومنه هنبدا بفقرتنا بتاع ريزيدنس ريبورت.
Good morning, it's iRadio.
It's the brink of a new dawn, and this is the dawn on iRadio.
مرحبا بك مرة ثانية مستمعي راديو. نبدأ ونرفع المكالمات. اي راديو.
Emmanuel Akile، صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
معزز من واو.
جدو تفضل.
نحييه كل المسلمين وكل المتصلين على رأسه أبونا سلطان. Emmanuel Akile، أنا بقدر أدي اقتراح بسيط كده لحكومتنا في المعارضة يا أخوانا. يا أخوانا دائما أبدا أنت لما طلعت برا أنت طلعت أجل وطنك أنت، وطلعت أجل عدالة، ما طلعت إذا بس تفكر الناس في الشوارع. بس ده نحن سواقين كده والله تقلنا مع أخواننا كده.
ده وين؟
يا أخوانا مرة ده في شارع تلتكة جات لنا منطقة قبل 5 يوم هربوا عربية هنا. قتلوا أخونا واسر الصومالي، لكن ما بنقول ده أخونا برضه جزء جريمة سواق. ما بنفرض يا أخونا يحصل كلام كده يا أخونا. يا أخونا ده برضه وظيفة. نحن سواقين ده برضه عندنا وظيفة برضه في الدولة ده.
المعارضة طبعا قدموا بيان ونكروا الكلام ده، قالوا ده ما هم.
طيب الحركة يلا الأمر الكلام ده منو؟ طبعا نحن كمواطنين بنقول لهم طبعا نحن كمواطنين بنقول لهم يعملوا الكلام ده، لأنه العيلة ده كله ما تعبنا هم. فمن المفترض الكلام ده ما يحصل فيهم هم يا أخوانا. من المفترض نحن برضه إذا دايرين يشيلوا حاجة من العربية هل يوقفوا في السواق يشيلوا منه حاجة ويخلوها ليمشي، لكن ما يكونوا السواقين يا أخوانا. يا أخي من ما بدأ هارب هذا من 2013 للآن قريب ماتوا قريب 300 نفر، سواء كان أجانب ولا سواء كان جنوبيين. 300 نفر يا أخوانا. فيا أخوانا هذا يا أخوانا ده ما حاجة بسيطة يا جماعة، ما حاجة بسيطة.
رايت رسالتك واصل.
طيب هل نكمل كلام أول حاجة يا إيمان؟ ألو؟
نعم واصل.
فأنا بقدر أدي بس رسالة يا أخوانا ديل. أنت شوف جهة أنت دار تحارب معه، ديك في جهة دار تحارب معه، لكن مسكين البريء ما في الشارع ده ما عنده عضو. السواق ده ما عنده يا أخوانا، ما عنده عضو نهائيا. أنا لو كان عارف أنا عندي عضو ما بقتني في الشارع ما بقاوني، ما كان عم بسيط دخلت لك وديت الأكل في المنطقة بتاعتك، ما كان وديت لك دواء في المنطقة بتاعتك. سواء كان في العدو في المعارضة ولا كان سواء كان حكومة.
اورايت رسالتك واصل في الناحية دي، لكن دارين نعرف بالتحديد شنو الحاصل في المنطقة اللي انت فوق.
لا الحمد لله في المنطقة أنا فوق الحمد لله أسبانة كويسين ما فيها وجه، لكن بس ناس النجس بس ما مريحين هنا ركيلة. ناس النجس دي بس ما مريحين النهاية. تحينا بقولوا هاي الجديد ده ما مريحين النهاية هنا ركيلة. كل يوم يومين 3 يوم هنا ركيلة بس بيجوا بحد الله بترضينا كلنا في الانسان لنا الأكيلة، لكن نحن ما قدرنا نقول كلام لنا الأكيلة، لأن أول حاجة حكومة أكون شايف الكلام ده وبس ما في الكلام ده، لكن ما في زول كده يسأل بأنه الجماعة ده قريب من وين. ها بكل جيراننا وكل أخواننا. هسه ما نصبنا في الهله ده ما بقدر بخش جوه ده كله مثلا في او الجديد ده ما تقدر تخش في الحديد، ما تقدر تخش في الدرجه، ما تقدر تخش في اللوكلوكو، ما تقدر تخش تمشي في بيلتام، ما ممكن يا اخوانا. بس حصر الشباب ده كله كده المشكله.
شكرا لك. شكرا لك. وطبعا ما بنعرف مع اللي ذكرته ده تابع منو بموضوع بتاع الهجوم سواء كان للمعارضة ولا لا، لكن رسالة اللي بيمشي في نهاية المطاف هو رسالة بتاع السلام وإنه الناس يخطوا السلاح تحت. راديو.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, you are connected with Jimmy Dwar.
Welcome.
Good morning to all the listeners and the callers of iRadio and the writers on social media. Emmanuel Joseph Akile, the morning in the area that I am is calm, and just only this small rain that raining is the only thing that I'm seeing. Emmanuel, I would like to raise the issue of the situation our people are facing currently. Abia is now run out of health facilities. People are demanding humanitarian assistance, and government is not responding. And I'm very sure it is not Abia alone that got all these challenges. It is in other areas like Ren and part of Unity State. Malakal has been a serious place that has been affected. The Bora administrative area, Yambio. All these places are really affected with this issue of health facilities being run out, no medicine, no good doctors. Though you go there when there is anyone working, then he or she will just give you a white paper that you go and buy this medicine outside. Or in other terms, they don't even check you in the hospital. So we need the government. One, we need Ministry of Health to make sure the health issues are really done now. And they have already seen the rain start raining. And you are still silent, and you are seeing the reports. And roads are not favoring during the rainy season. So it will be a serious disaster, including the famine that I'm talking about. It is there. Many people will die this year of hunger. And government seems to do nothing. And this is connected to Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management. And these people seem to have just been accommodated in their ministries, and they are not working on the people's issues that they were about to solve in those offices. So it is very unfortunate. And if we continue like this country will not have hope at all, because people cannot just sit and you are not doing what is required from you. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. بتكلم في موضوع بتاع قطاع الصحة في البلاد. راديو. نعم، منو معنا؟ قرية تاني واحد اتصل علينا. لسه بنتكلم في فقرتنا بتاع Residence Report 0911 2298696. هاي راديو.
كيف؟
نعم، منو معنا؟
معك جبل المطور.
مين؟
جبل المطور from Wow.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
أنا زول جديد طبعا في برنامج ده. أنا بتكلم الناس بتاعك كله في جوا الفيديو والناس كلها في الكولز بتاعك. أنا السؤال بتاعي كده. من هذا بتاعك ببرد هنا بتاع أيوه الكلام أيوه.
نعم. alright جيمس، وقدناك في الخط، ارجع لنا تاني. هاي راديو.
Joseph Akile.
Yes, Joseph, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, welcome.
How was the studio?
Good, go ahead.
Very good. Let me greet our people in POC, our people in the hospital, and other people in the detention facility. My brother, in the area, we are somehow okay. There's no big complaint. Our complaint is one. The challenges to the people of South Sudanese in the countryside are our problem. Better than our residential areas here. If there is complaint in the countryside, we are always not living with it. So I give thanks to our brother, James Drug, who spoke before for the health situation in the countryside, began from Abia to Rang to Maban and to Ngadapal and to Raja and all these along to Morobo. We hear about Morobo a few days ago with the intention of insecurity and people ran away from their houses. And that situation is still 10. So what I want to add my voice on the countryside situation. Let the Minister of Health to be appointed, the national minister, to look on affairs of the health in the national level. Because there's no Minister of Health up to date. That one is correct. My statement of today, I want to put condolences to the people of late General or Commander Alfred Jong Makwe, who was passed on this week. That guy is a South Sudanese who started the movement of 1983. In day 16 of May 1983, there are one who started in Port Town, and that's why we get this country. And it's passed on in this week. We can put this week as the week of a hero who passed on. I'm requesting the leadership to look at the people who call veterans. Veterans are in houses, and later on when they pass on, they just put information into the media. But they are suffering like an ordinary citizen. So I'm calling for the leadership of Commander Salva-Kiir, which is the leader of them, to look at those who are fought all this along, and they became vulnerable now. To be seen where are they in their houses. Some are in POCs now with the rank of the general. Look at this. So let them be dying as happy. Let them be happy with the people of South Sudanese, not somebody who died like somebody who didn't know what people are doing. They are icons for this country. They are supposed to be our story, to tell us the ideology that gives these people to come to independence. This is my statement of today, my brother.
alright شكرا وبنمشي بالستمنت بتاعت رسالة التعزية راديو
إيمانويل جوزيف أكيل صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
تحية لك في الاستديو وتيم العامل وأيضا أشاق مستمعي دون الصباح بركات أصوات الحنجرة الذهبية المتصلين. تحية لهم جميعا ما معروف عايزينهم هم نايمين وأنكل جوزيف هناك أستاذ مجوك وكشف كمان وباقين كله تحية لهم. أصبحنا الحمد لله أصبح الملك لله. ما فيش أوجه.
عرف نفسك للناس.
معك عايزك.
نعم واصل.
بصراحة أنا بس عاوز أتطرق عاوز أتوجه لولاية بتاع وارب ما يدور في حول الولاية هسه حاليا كويس منذ 2020 حتى الآن أنا ما مطاب يعني شهر 8 2020 كانوا كده في النظام دارين يعملوا هناك يعني حصل انتحاقات وخروقات من الشعب اللي هناك أو المواطنين اللي هناك ضد الجيش كويس أو ضد الحكومة بنقول كويس حصل فيه وفيات عديدة وحصل اشتباكات عديدة ومات الجيش فوقه كويس لكن ما في أي بيان بيصدر من الناتج الرسمي باسم الجيش بيقول على أساس إنه الناس ديل هم ناس منو كويس إنما بيدو إنه ديل الناس شباب أو شباب بس بتاعت المراحات هم قاعدين بيدافعوا عن أنفسهم وشباب ديل عندهم أسلحة وبالفعل يعني شفناهم يعني أسلحة ثقيلة عندهم أربجيات وفي كيمات AK-47 أنواع من الأسلحة كويس ما في البيان بيصدر من الحكومة على أساس إنه الناس ديل هم ناس منو حتى الآن يوم الخميس المدى زي ما عملوا نزاع السلاح من الوفد الماشي بتاعت الجيش كويس. اتخيل 13 كويس جيش مسلح، انت كيف المواطن ده يعني يعمل لك أرض سلاح كويس؟ منطقيا كده أنينا ما قادرين نفهم ما يدور في ولاية بتاعت واراب ده يعطوه ظاهر الفوق وما في أي بيان بيصدر من الناتج الرسمي. حتى لو نظرت يهودا هنا في تركيا بين تركيا وجوبا كويس، حصل عربية لحبوه ويا سودان أصدر بيان طوالي من الناتج الرسمي إنه ده المتمردين. حال ذلك الناس اللي عملوا ده عرض سلاح للعساكر دي الناس منو؟ إنما بنشوف إنه الحاكم يهو قام بالتوجيهات بتاعه. حتى المبادئ سلموا له 5 أسلحة معناته باقي شنو؟ باقي 8 أسلحة. وحتى في واحد قال أخيد ولا عميد برو تم الضرب ده ضربوه وهو وحراسات بتاعه الاثنين من ده واراب شرقي كويس. وده برو بيان من الحكومة بتاعت الولاية. ليه الناتج الرسمي ما عمل تصريحات ديل كويس؟ وما في زول من عضو بتاع برلمان بتاع ولاية واراب بيرفع الشكاوي ده في الحكومة القومي. حتى الأعداء بتاعت البرلمان هم بينظروا ما يدور في ولاية واراب الناس ساكتين. هل ناس واراب ديل هم ناس ديل ما مواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان؟ ديل هم خارج القانون بتاع دولة بتاع جنوب السودان؟ معنينا كلنا ده جنوبين. إذا كان في زول عمل خلط يواخب عليه، إذا كان في زول ثاني ما قادرين قاعد يعمل خلط أنينا لازم بنداك عشان نشيل الحق بتاعه ده وبندي له. أنا بشوف إنه لازم ولاية بتاع واراب ده ناس ينظروا عليه. وحتى كل القادة الأجهزة الأمنية الحساسة في الدولة ما واجب من قبل الجريتا واحد. من المفترض جريتا برخزال كان بيكون زي زول في خريف ويشتري له الناموسية وينوم بعد يشكر وما في بعوضة يعمل ده يعمل له إزعاج. لكن للأسف أنا ما قادر أفهم إنه أنينا كشعب بتاع جنوب السودان ليه الناس بيموتوا بالفيدانات، بيموتوا بالأمراض وبيموتوا ما في زول قادر يلبي الدعوات بتاعت الشعب. كيف الفائدة شنو؟ الناس إنه بيقولوا قاعدين في السلطة.
نعم.
يعني أنا بتعصب شديد. شكرا.
alright شكرا. ده رسالة عايزك برضو للأحداث اللي كان قريب حصل عن تقارير بتاع الحاكم بتاع ولاية واراب بينادي من أجل تسليم الأسلحة بتاعت العساكر اللي تم نزعه من قبل شباب مسلحين في المنطقة. نمشي لفاصل ونرجع.
Are you tired of the long queues while transferring money? Well, MTN Momo International Money Transfer is finally here. You can now send and receive money to Uganda or Kenya or receive money from the rest of the world. Experience financial freedom and easy life with Momo. To access the service, dial *200 *1 *3#.
The Ministry of Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with a new vaccine introduction of pneumonia vaccine, targeting all children aged between 6 to 14 weeks. Take your child to the nearest vaccination center during the African Vaccination Week or Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Alice.
Good morning, Mama Ladu. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Ladu for pneumonia vaccination at the health center to protect my child against pneumonia and meningitis. He was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Alice already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes, she needs to be vaccinated with at least 3 doses at 6, 10 and 14 weeks to be fully vaccinated, immunized and protected against pneumonia.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be a vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, pneumonia vaccine is effective in preventing pneumonia and deaths in infants and young children. This vaccine has just been introduced this year, 2025. A lot of children were not vaccinated. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get pneumonia.
I didn't know that pneumonia is very serious, that it can cause meningitis and even death.
Yes, Pneumonia is a life-threatening disease caused by bacteria or viruses. The signs are cough, fever, chills, and shortness of breath, which may be accompanied by chest pain when breathing or coughing. Children who survive may experience long-term effects on lung function and increased risk of respiratory conditions like asthma.
Asthma or lung function complication? Oh, that sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with pneumonia vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for this vaccine? Hope it is not late.
No, you are not late. Pneumonia vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all government health centers in your areas. Tell your neighbors with children between 6 to 14 weeks to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest health center for pneumonia vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest health center and protect them from pneumonia and other vaccine-preventable diseases. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and South Sudan Women in Medicine.
Good morning, it's iRadio.
Very good morning to you once again. Let's pick one or two calls before we cross to the news desk for headlines. Hi Radio.
Hello Radio.
Sultan Joseph.
Emmanuel
نعم تفضل.
صباح الخير يا
صباح النور لك.
ايمانويل جوزيف اكيلي رئيس بتاعنا بتاع برلمان مجانا. انا بسلم عليك وانا داير فعل برنامج بتاعنا صباح لازم اي خلينا يقوم فوق دافد مقوم يومين. انا ما سميت صوت يا زول تاواو وماما ماريا ابو جاز كوبا جاز فاتيس عرمان واكويا عايزه قبل شويه وانا كشف مجيم سودان مجيم بتاعنا يول قوم أجان. أنت عارف يا أخوي إيمانويل أكيلي الزول لما يتكلم كلام قومي هو سمع كلام بتاعي ده كلام ده كتاب قومي كويس ده كتاب كويس. أنا داير دوم سعودي على نقول بيعود الكتاب ده إحنا دايرينه طبعا 10 ولايات 3 إدارات هي عود الدولة ذاته والدولة دي عنده سيدو معاكم فوق هو الرئيس بتاعنا سلفا كير ميادي والرئيس بتاعنا هو مهتم في نفسه مع السيد. إذا كان هو يعود مهتم في الأوريال مالي وجاي فوق كالمركز الرئيس كل مواطنين والحكومة الولاي والقومي من مناطق الوراء كل يكون كدو يترم والكلام ده كله. أنا ولا الرئيس بتاعنا يا جماعة المقصود بجنوب السودان كله. لكن لما يكون هو المنطقه بتاعه ده يكون في كلام ما كويس. انا بواسط على ابنائنا خليه يكون قدوه من الجنوب حتى المناطق الثانيه الكعب كلمه دي بقول يا جماعه كلام ده ما كويس. دي عوده قومي
نعم
وطنيه دي عوده وحده ذاته ودي عوده بكون الحاجه جد البتاع هنا بدل ايده يعد كرم الزول بتاعكم ما كويس. عشان واديك بقول هسه ده بقول والله ليه الناس اللي يعمل كده الناس يعمل كده يجيب اللوم. لا الزول بتاعنا ده هو الزول بتاع الناس كله وبترم الناس خليه يصير الودول ده خليه يترموا بالله خليه يترموها زي قاعدين باقي الناس بترموا. انا بسال الكلام بتاع ده خليه المسؤولين بمال ده ولا الكوميونتي بتاع مال ده السياسه بتاع مال ده خليه يكلم مع الشباب ده ما يقعد الناس زي ما هو بقول يجيب له شاي نوم اي حاجه ولا الرومبيك هذا الرومبيك ده كويسين
ماشيين الاخبار سلطان جوزيف.
شكرا لك.
شكرا جزيلا. نمشي لعناوين الاخبار.
This is iRadio.
The iRadio.
Your eye on South Sudan.
Right, time for news headlines. And Lasuba Memo is right here with me in the studio. Good morning, Lasuba. What do we have today?
Good morning, Emmanuel Joseph Akile. An official in the BA administrative area has yet again decried the deteriorating humanitarian situation of South Sudanese returnees and Sudanese refugees in the area. The National Ministry of Public Service is urging states that have not contributed to the pension fund to pay their part. And Sudan has cut diplomatic ties with the United Arab Emirates after repeatedly accusing the Gulf nation of backing the rival Rapid Support Forces RSF in the country's civil war. These and many more.
Thank you للسوبر ميمون. من الأخبار وحنجي نلقى التفاصيل بعد 7 أو 28 دقيقة من الآن.
نتاكم في جنوب السودان.
انتباه، كوليرا ده مرض خطير وممكن بيقتلوا في 3 ل 4 ساعات كان ما عالجوا. ولكن في خبر كويس لتا لقاح تا كوليرا البودي بكاسما ووفي عشان بيحميتا وبيحمي أسرتك. لقاح تا كوليرا البودي بكاسما ده وآمن ومجاني، ممكن لأي زول من عمر سنة لفوق، وكمان نسوان الحوامل ومحات القردة إيال عشان بيشيلوا لقاح تا كوليرا البودي بكشمة. ومع كده ما بودي لقاح تا كوليرا لناس العيانين أو ناس اللي عندو كوليرا وإيال الأمر تمن تحت سنة واحد. بودي لقاح تا كوليرا ده في كاسمة وبودي 2 جرعة، الجرعة الأول والجرعة الثاني عشان بيقوي مناعتك ضد كوليرا. بودي جرعة نمرة 2 بين أسبوعين ل6 شهور بعد الجرعة الأول. ومع جرعة 1 إنت بكون حامي جسم لمدة بوصل ل6 شهور، ومع جرعتين إنت بكون حامي نفسك لمدة بوصل ل3 سنة. لقاح تا كوليرا البودي بكاسما دي وبيحميتا من أعراض تا كوليرا الشديد وبيقلل من انتشار تا كوليرا في مجتمع. كلتا ما فوتوا فرصة التطعيم في زمن حملة تطعيم البودي بكاسما ضد كوليرا البيجا حاصل في منطقتك. كلتا يتذكر إنه حتى بعد التطعيم مهم عشان انت بيستمر في ممارسة النظافة والصرف الصحي الكويس. كلتا عالج دايما موية الشراب عشان بكون آمن، وكلتا يستخدم بخانة، وكلتا معكرة في محل المفتوح. كلتا كسل إيدتك بموية النظيف والصابون، وخاصة قبل أكل وبعد كان تدخل في بخانة. وكان ظاهر ليتا أو لأي زول تعرف علامات كوليرا كلتا أطلب علاج الفوري. إذا كان إتا أو أي زول من أسرتك أو مجتمعتك عنده علامات أو أعراض كوليرا كلتا بلغ توالي لأقرب مرفق صحي أو لعامل صحي أو لشخيلتكم عشان تبلغوا مساعدة طبية. لكثير من معلومات كلتا اتصل بوزارة الصحة في رقم المجاني 6666. رسالة دي بجالتكم من وزارة الصحة بدعم من منظمة الصحة العالمية يونيسيف والشركاء.
It's the break of a new dawn, and this is the dawn on iRadio.
ومرحبا بك مرة ثانية مستمع راديو في كل مكان. نمشي نواصل بفقرتنا وبما فيه ونسمع لموضوع بتاعت انه وجه نائب رئيس الجمهورية للكتلة الاقتصادية الدكتور بنجامين بول ميل وزارة بتاع الخدمات العامة لتسوية بتاع مبلغ اللي بيصل ل 43 مليار جنيه و75 مليون دولار. ده لتسوية معاشات بتاع الحكومة ومتأخرات بتاع. وصرح مكتب بتاع الدكتور بول ميل وأنا بقتبس أصدر نائب الرئيس توجيه للتسوية العاجلة لمتأخرات المعاشات التقاعدية المتراكمة من سنة 2011 لحد سنة 2013 لحد سنة 2023 واللي بتقدر بنحو 43 مليار جنيه و75 مليون دولار أمريكي. التوجيه ده جاء يوم الاثنين بعد ما التقى نائب الرئيس بول ميل بوزير الخدمة العامة وكبار المسؤولين في صناديق بتاع التقاعد. ووفقا لنائب الرئيس هيخفف الموضوع ده من أو الخطوة ده من معاناة بتاع المتقاعدين اللي كرسوا حياتهم للخدمة العامة في الداخل والخارج بعد طول بتاع الانتظار. وأكد النائب رئيس الجمهورية أنه إدارة بتاع المعاشات التقاعدية ده واجب وطني ويجب أنه يتنفذ بإنصاف وشفافية واحترام كبير لكبار السن. ودعا طبعا رئيس بتاع الكتلة الاقتصادية إلى التنفيذ الكامل لتوجيه وزارة المالية اللي بيلزم جميع موظفي الحكومة بفتح حسابات مصرفية، فيما وصفوا بأنه ده خطوة حيوية نحو الشفافية بتاع الرواتب والقضاء على المخالفات. نمشي ونسمع لوزير بتاع Public Service and Human Resource Development اللي هو داك دوب بيشوك يتكلم في يوم الاثنين.
The arrears from 2011 to 2023, which amount to 43 billion SSP and 75 million USD. So these points, you give a directive how you will pay this money. The third point is this. We discussed with him the states that are not paying their contribution to the pension fund. And he will direct and instruct those states, which is the Lake states, northern Bahar Ghazali states, and central Equatorial states, and western Equatorial states in unity. Because the pension fund is central, so it's being regulated in a national level. Biometric is a good system that will eliminate the ghost names. And we agree with those of World Bank. Then they say they will buy it, all equipment, and the installation will be start on June.
Yes, we heard there from Doug Dwop Bishop, the Minister of Public Service and Human Resource Development, emphasizing on also the importance of harmonization of public service system in the country. This came after the Vice President and the Chair of the Economic Cluster, Dr. Benjamin Ball Mel, directed the National Ministry of Public Service to settle the 43 billion pounds in 75 million US dollar for the clearance of government pensions and arrears. نمشي لفاصل ومنه حنجي نواصل.
Are you ready for lightning fast, reliable internet that keeps your business connected and running smoothly? Look no further. Eden Technologies got you covered. Introducing Starlink, a cutting-edge, low-orbit VSAT solution delivering unmatched speed and reliability for both businesses and homes. Need powerful satellite internet? Eden Technologies got you covered. From C-band VSAT, perfect for high-demand environments, or KU-band VSAT for flexible solutions tailored to your operational needs. Choose Eden Tech Fiber Internet for the ultimate choice in connectivity. Upgrade your office with LAN infrastructure and cabling for seamless, structured networking, IP phone telephony, and advanced voice over internet protocol services for crystal clear communications. At Eden Technology, we offer ICT solutions, consulting, and expert advice to optimize your digital transformation. Our office is located at Melekia behind Green Rock on Juba. You can as well call us now at 0926 300 511 or 0926 300 501 or visit our website at www.edentechltd.com. Experience the future of connectivity, fast, reliable, and built for you. Eden Technologies Ltd. Get connected. Stay connected. Attention! Cholera is a dangerous disease. It can kill within 3 to 4 hours if not treated. But here is the good news. The oral cholera vaccine is now available to protect you and your family. The oral cholera vaccine is safe and free. Everyone from 1 year and above, including pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers, can receive the oral cholera vaccine. However, Do not give oral cholera vaccine to persons who are sick or have cholera and children below 1 year. The vaccine is given orally in the mouth and it's usually in 2 dosage, dose 1 and 2, to strengthen your immune against cholera. The second dose is given between 2 weeks and 6 months after the first dose. With 1 dose, you are protected for up to 6 months, and with 2 doses, you are protected for up to 3 years. The oral cholera vaccine protects you from severe cholera symptoms and reduces the spread of cholera in the community. Do not miss to be vaccinated during the oral cholera vaccination campaign happening in your area. Remember, even after getting vaccinated, it's important to continue practicing good hygiene and sanitation. Always treat your drinking water to make it safe. Use a toilet. Never defecate in an open. Wash your hands with clean water and soap, especially before eating and after using the toilet. And if you or anyone you know shows signs of cholera, seek immediate treatment. If you or anyone of your family member or community is experiencing cholera signs and symptoms, report immediately to your nearest health facility, health worker, or community leader for medical assistance. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health or call our toll-free number 6666. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and partners.
This is iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Right, a very good morning to you once again, and welcome back from the break. We're still talking about the directive of the Vice President and also the Chair of Economic Cluster, Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, to the Ministry of Public Service to settle the clearance of government pensions and also arrears. Directive this, according to Bolmel, will bring long overdue relief to retirees who dedicated their lives to public service in South Sudan and also in foreign missions. Vice President also said that pension administration is a national obligation and must be carried out with fairness, transparency, and the utmost respect for senior citizens. The Economic Cluster Chair called also for the full implementation of the Ministry of Finance directive requiring all government employees to open bank accounts in what he described as a vital step toward payroll transparency and eliminating irregularities. He also disclosed a new partnership between the government of South Sudan and the World Bank to introduce a nationwide biometric registration system. Now, this system is set to be rolled out at both national and state levels with the aim of enhancing accuracy and accountability in managing the civil service workforce. Now, the question we ask this morning: do you think the settlement of pensions will create new job opportunities, especially for young people in South Sudan? And how can this really be successful or be fully implemented? Dial 0911-222-986-986 and do have your say. iRadio.
Good morning, Emmanuel. This is Akile.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, you are connected with Jamie Duarte.
Welcome.
To begin answering your question, it will be opportunity for the young people to get jobs or replacing those people who are going to be retired. And the question is also developed from us that will that work if salary that were promised remain as is come, and you jump to the other one, which also needs money, and you jump to it while you do not clear the arrears as well as salary on time. Like majority now are complaining of February, March are not paid, coming to April. Though some people receive, majority do not yet receive. So how come for you to jump to this while you do not complete the first chapter? Jumping to one step to the other without completing the other one, you end up solving.
Yes, James.
Pension, yes?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this pension process, it needs a real strategic planning. One, how will these people, because you are going home, you are given your package, but there are other that are given to you though you are at home. But if these things are not done, how will these people really manage to survive. Secondly, we need also a strong system that will really give the people with accurate way of giving. Like, for example, the account that they say to be open, people must be identified. Who are those? Including those who are fighting, those those who have orphan now in South Sudan must be reconsidered because they are also part of circle of pension that's going to be paid. And if you ignore them, then you ignore the whole nation. So these are the strategic plans that need to be made before you write to saying that I'm going to pay. And it will end up as a nightmare anyway, as usual, but we will not expect anything. Thank you.
All right, James Dor, thank you. That's your view there. We continue to pick calls. And remember, we talked about this in October 6 years ago, 2019, where the Cabinet Affairs Minister, Dr. Martin Elia Lomoro, said there were nearly 600 senior civil servants who needed to be retired from the civil service to create room for young people. Dr. Martin said also civil servants should be pensioned off some of them to allow new graduates to join government institutions. But then the government has been accused of not paying salaries of civil servants on time. It has also not paid off retired civil servants. And activists have often blamed senior government officials and military generals of mismanaging the oil revenue at the expense of the public. Some of the civil servants who have reached the retirement age of 65 years have refused to leave work, arguing that they must first be assured of their benefits before retirement. Also, the same time, the chairperson of Pensioners Association said some of the retired civil servants had died waiting for their pensions. Radio.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
From Wow.
Yes, welcome.
My brother, when we talk about this issue of pension, in every country it is there as compulsory. But when we come to South Sudan, number one step, they are supposed to organize themselves and ask themselves about South Sudan. When they organize everything, they should have to see all the people who are working from 1955 until today are still working in the government of South Sudan. But if the government failed to pay Chapter 1, do you think the pension will be there? Another thing, government of South Sudan is putting everything in the Ministry of Information. All the time they announce something that they are not able to do so. Now they always give the figures. They sometimes pass the budget in the parliament with only figures and no cash. Sometimes they just only inform the citizen until the people become very happy and they don't have money. So if they want this, I'm now today requesting the Vice President for Economic Cluster that please, this information is not your ministry. It is the ministry of Michael McConnell. Because we need something which is practical. If you are announcing this, and the other old people now, they will just go and submit everything and they will get nothing. Do you know the reason why all these men are refusing in office? It is because that one time they were informed to remain in their houses. They did not get services until today, until the rest have died. If they were really taking care of the liberators or the old people who are working, they would have been seen wherever they are being accommodated, are treated, are given services all the time. By now, very many of them are dying for nothing. They don't even have medicine. They are not being taken for treatment. They don't even have food, and they are liberators of this country. So our request is, this information is 100% accepted. But is it true? Do they have cash? Is the system okay? Because everything now is being corrupt in South Sudan. One day you will hear that it is only one state or one side which is already being given pension and the rest are not. So what is supposed to be step one? They are supposed to form a committee of which all the old people who are working in offices, who are in their houses, who are the liberators, should be rejected and put in the system. After that, the money will be released. But if they release now the information before the organization, do you think this one will not work? So it cannot work completely, and we will not deny it because already the government announced it, but we will hope for it and wait whether it will be functional or not. But our request is, let the government respect Chapter 1. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Chapter 1, Radio.
Emmanuel Joseph Akile, صباح الخير تاني.
نعم.
ما قاعد انه ما يختص بالصندوق بتاعت المعاشات هو كويس في الدوله، لانه اي دوله في العالم او في الاقليم معروف سنويا كويس في ناس بيمشوا معاشات، وسنويا بيكون في تعيين بتاعت موظفين جداد كويس. لكن لنا في الدوله بتاعتنا انه ما في، اذا كان في تفعيل ده وفي الدستور بتاعتنا خلاص خلينا نشوفه يكون فرد الواقع. لكن السؤال اللي بيطرح نفسه ما نقدر نتكلم لنا نحن كلنا كشعب بتاع جنوب السودان 43 بليون باوند 75 مليون دولار كويس. اذا كان في هسه حاليا من يوجه وزير الماليه كويس عشان ما يقوم بالاجراءات دي كويس، اذا كان القروش ده فيه ليه ناس ديفيد مقوق ليه هسه هم بيقولوا مرتباتهم هم ما يستلموا في واو كويس. ليه الناس ما عندهم ديون ذاتهم مع الحكومه، سيفل 7 عندهم ديون مع الحكومه، حتى النجاي ذاتي عندهم ديون مع الحكومه كويس. ليه القروش دي زي لو في ما خلت تسدد الديون بتاعت الناس زي الاول، حتى بعد تمشي في بلان بي عشان انه بعد الناس عايزك بيعرفوا انه انت فعلا جاد بالعمل بتاعك. لكن بلان 1 ده لسه ياهو ناس ملقلقين فوق وجايين فوقه، انه بلان بي هلا بيكون انت بسكسيد فوقه. اكيد انا بشوفه ده تضليل ساكت ده عبر الاعلام تضليل، لكن فرد الواقع ما بيكون في تنفيذ. اذا كان في تنفيذ فرد الواقع او بعد بنقول اوكي اي حاجه ماشي كويس. لكن على كل حال ما معروف عايزين لو في تغيرات، لكن هسه حاليا ماشي ل 3 شهر ل 4 شهر ما شايفين اي تغيرات. ما معروف اذا كان تغيرات بيحصل بيتين، انما القروش ده انا متاكد داير ينزل في حسابات بتاعت الناس بطريقه غير شرعي، وانه بيقولوا ده بطريقه رسمي عن طريقه بتاع قانون. اوكي anyway علينا بنشوف ما يدور او ما يحدث. شكرا.
شكرا لك ايزاك. برضو ولسه نواصل نرفع مكالمتين قبل ما نمشي للاخبار باللغه الانجليزيه. راديو
الو
يس
Emmanuel Akile.
نعم سلطان. كلام بتاع معاشات
ai asalo ni na mashar asalo ita harbe ya kele kalam bita akwani da bilmago wa ku ya izak daga nasu no ita harbe na nubindel na bita ilam ya akbar min na katir lakin ta arda wadi da wala ma mabjud asa umbari فعلا كلامه قال زيد النت يعني ده كلام جميل يعني. وحتى وزير قال سلم له الملف الملف ده بيشيك ولا ملف فاضي ولا ملف يعطوه ما معروف كويس. الشعب شافه الوزير يتع والوزير والرئيس هو نائب رئيس سلم عليه كويس. ده مشاير ما بتال. طيب السؤال بقول هسه ايمانويل اكيله الناس ذات شفتر ولا قاعدين ده يوم 24 شاكات مرق من وزاره الماليه للمركزيه. اوكي حتى الان البنك المركزي بيقولوا ما عندي قروش. اذا البنك المركزي بيقول ما عندي قروش والسيد الرئيس النائب الرئيس ادانا قروش والوزاره الماليه قال قروش نزل في البنك شيء مناسب والقشاده منو وليه تعب ده كله؟ طيب اذا كان هنا هسه يا قروشنا ده تعال ومواعيدنا ما كثير قروش بتاعنا مش ما نشرح الناس المعاشات ذاته وادين متين وادين وين ويالو يبقى قرويده في سؤال بمشي إعلام يا كثير عملنا لكن تعرض واضح ولا ما موجود ايمانويل. كده ربنا يكون معنا بس شعب ولا شعب صابر ولا دي ما بصدق اي زول بعد كده. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لك. دارين تنفيذ بتاع الكلام ده كلام سلطان جوزيف. راديو
كبير الإذاعيين
استاذ مجوك
كيف ايمانويل جوزيف خير؟
نعم تمام تفضل طوالي.
تهيأ يا اخوي انا بالفعل بضم صوت ناس ايزاك وابن مقوق وناس جنسور وانكل جوزيف برضه اضاف زور قبل شويه. انت عارف الشيء الرئيس كير عمله انه يوم ده كان الرئيس كير موجه انه كان يصرف قروش كلامه ما قاعد يمشي في محله. جاب بولميل بعد بولميل يعني خد الهبل في رقبته كويس. طبعا بولميل جاي بحماس بيصرف قال يوم 24 قبل شهر ما بيصرف اسوي ليه يعني زي عرب تعجبه وده كويس انه عشان كل اي جنوب هذا يكون مكشوف كويس. هسه نطل في حاجه كبير المعاشات بكم 70 مليون دولار وكم كده مليار من الباوند. في نفس الوقت انا كنت بنتظر من اخوي ديفيد ماجوي يرسل لي رصيد لانه لو صرف بتاكلوا بوريده. طيب ده حسب بيقولوا شنو؟ يعني خليك اول حاجه ذاته يعني قال عشان يتاكد انه عشان يوري شفافيه. الشفافيه ده بلد لو ما فوق مراجعه، يعني اوديتنج لو ما في دوله المساعده الكوربشن ما يعني كوربشن ما بينتهي، يعني كل الناس بيكونوا نومينات في البنك. الناس في ولايات في القرى وبيامات ما عندهم كلام ده يا نفس الكلام بيقولوا ساكت ويمشي ساكت وكلام ساكت. وطبعا انا طبعا جنوبين دول لما نقول انا وديت قرار يعني هو بيكون مرتاح، يعني ده بيوري المسؤوليه والعيب بتاعه، هو بيكون مقصود كويس، لكن ما في فرض الواقع. القروش ده وين؟ ما هي ساكت ده وينه؟ شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لك استاذ مجوك. وزي ما بقولوا we give them benefits of the doubt. When Majid did Chual wrote on our Facebook, good morning Emmanuel, Joseph, Akile and iRadio listeners. One of the major phenomena in the country is that you find a government employee working for more than 3 institutions and receiving salaries from those government institutions. For example, someone working in the ministry or working in the army, police, security, teaching in the or lecturing in the university, teaching in the schools, working with NILPET or NILPET staff and or any other ministry. The issue of pensions is a big elephant project. We'll leave it there for now. Up next, news in English with Lasuba Memo, and I'll be right back in the second hour of the dawn.
ندعو ككنيسة جميع جنوب السودانيين عبر كل مجتمع وكل ديانة وكل فئة من فئات الحياة إلى احتضان السلام والحوار. دعونا نتعلم إدارة اختلافاتنا بالتعاطف والتفاهم لا بالعنف أو الكراهية. إن تنوعنا ليس ضعفا بل هو قوتنا، إنه هدية من الله يجب أن نؤمن بها ونحتفل بها ونحميها. الآن هو الوقت لتقديم السلام أو لإعطاء السلام فرصة. نحن في مجلس كنائس جنوب السودان نحث جميع المواطنين والقادة والمجتمعات على إحافظ على السلام والعمل معا بروح الوحدة والعدالة والمحبة. دعونا نبني أمتنا معا في الإيمان والسلام. بارك الله في جنوب السودان.
Looking for the perfect radio partner? iRadio is your answer. Why choose iRadio? Here are the 5 compiling reasons.
Trust and reach. iRadio stands as the most trusted and popular radio station in South Sudan. Backed by recent surveys with a loyal listener base, your message will reach a wide audience effectively.
Extensive network. iRadio is not just a radio station. It's a network of interconnected stations. When you partner with iRadio, we'll broadcast your program across multiple locations such as Wow, Awil, Kwajok, Yambio, Bor, Rang, Malakal, and Balad, ensuring maximum coverage and impact.
Regional presence. iRadio footprint extends to the states of Western and Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Western and Central Equatoria, Jonglei, Upper Nile, and Warab. By collaborating with iRadio, you can connect with diverse communities and target audiences in these regions.
Community engagement. Partnering with iRadio means engaging with communities at a grassroots levels. Your message will resonate with listeners in various locations, fostering meaningful interactions and driving brand awareness.
Comprehensive coverage with stations in strategic locations like Reng, Malakal, and Baliet. iRadio offers comprehensive coverage that reaches both urban centers and remote areas. Your partnership with iRadio ensures visibility across a wide geographic area.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to amplify your message with iRadio. Partner or advertise with us today and make your voice heard across South Sudan.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. An official in the Abyei administrative areas yet again decried the deteriorating humanitarian situation of South Sudanese returnees and Sudanese refugees in the area. The National Ministry of Public Service and Human Resource Development has urged states that have not contributed to the pension fund to do so. And Sudan has cut diplomatic ties with the United Arab Emirates after repeatedly accusing the Gulf nation of backing the rival Rapid Support Forces in the country's civil war. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. An official in the Abyei administrative areas yet again decried the deteriorating humanitarian situation of South Sudanese returnees and Sudanese refugees in the region. Johanna Kolngor, Abyei's Minister of Information, says there are currently an estimated 6,000 South Sudanese returnees and 8,000 Sudanese refugees sheltering in and around Abyei town, with more arriving each day. He told iRadio the influx is placing immense pressure on the already limited services in Abyei, particularly in health, water and shelter. The minister said the town, being a transit point for displaced families, lacks the infrastructure and resources to accommodate them. Akile also pointed to the challenges such as poor sanitation, inadequate access to clean water, and the spread of communicable diseases, which are made worse by overcrowding and insufficient humanitarian response. According to him, the only referral hospital in the area is operating under extreme strain with limited medical supplies and a shortage of staff. Akile appealed to the national government, the United Nations, and the international humanitarian agencies to scale up their support and provide urgent assistance to the displaced people. The ongoing conflict in Sudan, which erupted in April 2023, has displaced millions of people both internally and across borders. South Sudan, sharing a long boundary line with Sudan, has continued to witness a steady rise in returnees and refugees fleeing violence in the neighboring country. The National Ministry of Public Service and Human Resource Development is urging states that have not been contributing to the pension fund to do so. Yesterday, the Vice President and Chair of the Economic Cluster issued a directive for urgent settlement of long-standing pension arrears and enforcement of state contributions to the National Pension Fund. Speaking on Monday, Dr. Paul Mel ordered the National Ministry of Public Service to begin settling 43 billion South Sudanese pounds and $75 million in outstanding pension payments and arrears covering the period from 2011 to 2023. This was revealed by the Minister of Public Service and Human Resource Development, Dr. Bichok, who emphasized the importance of harmonizing the country's public service system. Minister Dark said the Vice President also gave clear directives on settling the pension arrears and also on addressing states that have not been contributing to the pension fund. Defaulting states named include Lake State, Northern Bahr el Ghazal, Central Equatoria and Western Equatoria, as well as Unity State. Dr. Bolmel emphasized that since the pension fund is centrally regulated, all states are required to comply with the national contribution mandates. The Vice President also committed to eliminating ghost names from the payroll. He further confirmed the cooperation with the World Bank, which has agreed to provide the necessary equipment for system upgrades, with installation expected to begin in June. The South Sudan National Police Service has reported several criminal incidents across the country, including murders, armed assaults, and suspicious deaths between May 3rd and May 6, 2025. In Unity State, Mayom County, a 37-year-old man was shot and killed on May 3rd by a 34-year-old civilian in what police believe to be a revenge attack. Investigations are ongoing. On May 4th, 2 people were killed and 1 was injured when armed men suspected to be Mesheria nomads opened fire in the Kolbul residential area of Abyei in the Abyei administrative area. Local authorities have launched an investigation into the incident. Also on May 4th in Torit, Eastern Equatorial State, a 34-year-old wildlife service corporal was shot in both legs by an unidentified gunman. He's receiving treatment at Torit Teaching Hospital while police continue their search for the suspects. In Western Equatorial State, a 40-year-old woman collapsed and died after eating a mango in her garden in Diabio, Payam of Izo County on May 5th. The cause of the death has yet to be determined and investigations are ongoing. And in Tarakeka County, a warrant officer allegedly shot and injured a 20-year-old male civilian in High Malakia on the same day. The officer has been arrested and the victim is receiving medical care. Police spokesperson Colonel John Kasara Kong Nyal stated that most of these incidents appear to be isolated criminal acts of violence motivated by social factors. This is iRadio Morning News. And now to the international scene. Sudan has cut diplomatic ties with the United Arab Emirates after repeatedly accusing the Gulf nation of backing the rival Rapid Support Forces in the country's civil war. The announcement comes after the RSF were blamed for 3 days of attacks on the usually safe city of Port Sudan. On Tuesday, Sudan's Defense Minister Yassin Ibrahim accused the UAE of violating his country's sovereignty through its proxy. The UAE has repeatedly denied allegations that it is giving financial, military and political support to the paramilitary force. The Vatican has said Roman Catholic cardinals will begin their conclave to elect a Church 267th pontiff and a successor to Pope Francis today. There were 135 cardinals aged under 80 when Francis died and are thereby eligible to take part in the conclave, but it's not known if all of them will attend. Cardinals aged 80 and over cannot take part in the conclave but can join the daily closed-door sessions organized ahead of the election called General Congregations, where the senior prelates discuss issues facing the church. Italians make up the biggest single national bloc with 17 cardinals against 10 from the United States and 7 from Brazil. In all, there are 53 cardinal electors from Europe, 23 from Asia, 18 from Africa, 17 from South America, 16 from North America, 4 from Central America, and 4 from Oceania. This is iRadio Morning News. And to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. An official in the Abyei administrative areas yet again decried the deteriorating humanitarian situation of South Sudanese returnees and Sudanese refugees in the area. The National Minister of Public Service and Human Resource Development urges states that have not contributed to the pension fund to do so. And Sudan has cut diplomatic ties with the United Arab Emirates after repeatedly accusing the Gulf nation of backing the rival Rapid Support Forces in the country's civil war. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm the Super Memo. Thanks for listening.